Hello YouTubers, Tross here, playing some Minecraft. I had really wanted to make this video a while ago. Uh, Meant to do it like a week or maybe 2 weeks after I did the video on the giant pumpkin farm. This time I have made a sugarcane farm. Not exactly using the same actually not using the same concepts. But of a similar size and hopefully a similar efficiency. But things came up, and then I got sick last week, so I couldn't do it then, but I am doing it now. So let's take a look at the design I came up with. Well, there's the farm itself, and it's made up of a bunch of modules. Each module looks like this. We have a row of 10 slime blocks, and then we have 10 sugarcane on either side of it for a total of 20 sugarcane. And this is all harvested with only 4 pistons. There's 1, 2, 3, and then just behind it is 4. And basically the way it works is each side has a double piston extender. And when it's time to harvest, a signal comes in which extends the first piston, and then a short delay here extends the second piston. That pushes all the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, actually 11 slime blocks, because the one is lined up here. So it pushes the row of 11 slime blocks and this piston back, in the process harvesting the sugarcane that is here. And then the signal goes, and you can have rows and rows of these. But at the end, you have the signal come across the other side and then come back. I have some delay, which will hopefully assist in showing how this works. Then this double piston extender activates this piston first, which pushes the piston would be here, the slime block would be above these sugarcane. So it would push them back to this position. Then a short, well, that's 2 ticks later, this piston would activate, pushing the slime blocks and this piston back, well, that piston to where it is, pushing these slime blocks over the sugarcane, harvesting this half. And then a little trick happens. As you can see, we have some redstone here, and when these slime blocks move, this piece of redstone would connect up to those pieces of redstone. Even though the piston head is there, it's works like glass. And then there's a long delay. That's enough for this piston to retract, and then this piston activates again, pushing the slime blocks back into the middle, into the configuration you see, having both halves been harvested. When they get harvested, the sugarcane is pushed into the water, which is also providing the water for the sugarcane to grow. And the wall prevents it from going further, because it could get pushed through the wall. If the wall, it would get pushed through the water if the wall wasn't there, but it hits the wall, falls down, and then you can collect it here in the middle. I'm using a similar collection apparatus to what I have for the pumpkins. But it turns out that this is well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wide. It looks 7, but the wall here can be shared actually with the next group over. So when you're tiling it, it's only 6 wide, and you only need a simple pulse limiter here. This version is designed for a pulse of 2 ticks. The one I actually built has this done slightly different, and can actually handle a 4-tick pulse. So for the delay at the end, you don't really need anything big like that. So let me show it off here. I am going to try to keep it in view as I press the button here, and you'll notice that the slime blocks will be first pushed to the left and then pushed back to the right and then immediately pushed back to the center. So here we go. There's the one side harvest, delay around the back, and other side harvest and pushed back into the center. You can see all the sugarcane is in the middle here, and you can have hoppers pick it up or something to that effect, or use water streams. Now, the big difference between what I have here and what I have there is I also have a method to limit the growth of the sugarcane, because if it did grow to 3 high, the upper part may not be pushed and would fall and potentially cause lag. So I have a bunch of leaf blocks because they don't stick to slime blocks, and they'll limit the growth of the sugarcane to only 2 high. So you can see that here. I got leaf blocks, and then right above them is the next layer. So you can, it's basically 6 wide, 4 tall. And here I have a water stream that collects everything. For timing, or for harvesting, I have a timer that runs, I think it's every 10 minutes, if you have it in timer mode. And it basically just shoots a signal out here, and I'm basically using the minecart as a delay between the layers. The minecart will go over here. This goes through a pulse limiter and triggers this floor, but the floor takes a while to harvest, so we use the distance, or the travel of the minecart all the way down one end up to the next layer and back before triggering the next layer. And this basically, even with that delay, there's basically 4 layers that are harvesting at once. The bottommost layer, I believe, does finish just before the 5th layer gets triggered. And I don't even know how many layers we have here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yes, because this is actually a approximate 100 by 100 cube, 100 by 100 by 100 cube, not counting the collection area down here and below. But yeah, from about here, it's 100 by 100 by 100. Because it's 6 wide, that should give us 16. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, yes. Every other one, like this, goes that way, and then when it reaches the end, the signal comes back for this one. So we're seeing the other end here. It works well. It harvests a whole lot. I think I've only had it run like 3 or 4 times, and while these aren't like completely full, the chests actually, like down here, are these are stacks of 10 double chests each. And, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22 for whatever reason. And then there's another 22. On this side, it's mirrored. Unlike the pumpkin where I had a single water stream, this one I have a dual water stream, and it's just half go, depending on where the sugarcane falls, half will go to one side, half goes to the other, and I do have a little timer because occasionally one or two will get stuck right in the center. So it cuts off the water, and the way the water dries up, it will usually wiggle the sugarcane to one side or the other, and when the water turns back on, it will go to that side. This is a really bad, dumb timer. It uses up too many resources. I should have used just a etho hopper clock timer. Set to like 30 seconds or something. It's basically what it is set to. And it just cuts off the water with these two pistons. The previous water stops. Basically, it stops right under these blocks here. There's a half slab. So items can go under. And yeah. So let's turn this on. Basically, yeah. After coming through here, the items kind of snake back and forth. I have a chest here to align them right on the edge, so they're technically still on the ice, but also close enough to the hoppers here to grab. And basically the hoppers just fill so fast that items wind up going like down this far before they're getting picked up. Main controls are here. Auto harvest timer. That does use a etho hopper clock. Then with a signal divider, so basically every 10 minutes the hopper clock is full basically. I'll just hit the harvest now button, and you'll see that we've set off the minecart. Things are now moving. Things are getting laggy. I don't have the best video card, but I was getting over 100 frames per second before this was running. I'm now getting about between 20 and 30, which you can actually probably see somewhere. Yeah, right up in the top corner under Minecraft. 44, 45, 43, 31. I actually have these note blocks as increasing notes. I think that was the third floor. Lost track of the cart because it disappears if you're too far. Here it comes for the fourth floor. And you'll see going down the line, all the slime blocks are pushed. And then as the signal comes back along this wall here, it's reset. Yep. Now we're seeing about 15 frames per second here, but we're also seeing like a whole bunch of entities, so you can see most of the sugarcane goes just to the left or right normally. Very rarely you'll see one get caught up. And that water will just, take care of it if it does. And here you go, you can see they're going quite a ways down because this is practically full at all times, and it actually takes a bit before you run into a hopper that has some room. And as this runs, you'll get more and more. This should have the same amount of sugarcane in this farm as pumpkins in well, not that initial farm. This has more, but winds up not harvesting a whole bunch. But it should have the same number of sugarcane. Actually, twice the number, because the pumpkins here are only every other one. So it should be twice as efficient as this farm. This is the second design I showed off, but it's not the third diagonal design that I showed off, which should be this one over here. Actually, it should have as many sugarcane, well, more sugarcane as this has pumpkins, because this then every fourth one is missing one, although I think it is also 6 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So more sugarcane than this has pumpkins, and definitely it's stackable more. This, I think, is only stackable every 6. That is stackable every 4. So probably should have dumped it into MC Edit and took a count. Well, if it didn't get unloaded, it would still be harvesting. I have not tried to see if it's more efficient without the leaf blocks. I'm assuming it would be marginally more efficient, except that, well, like that, you could wind up with more sugarcane entities if the sugarcane, like broken, fell straight down and landed on the dirt, and that would cause more lag. So even though you might harvest more, the lag would make it run worse overall. So this actually takes almost 10 minutes to harvest, so I'm probably not going to record the whole harvest, but just heard another note. I thought, oh, there it goes. And you do see pistons sticking out here, and that's only because of the way I built this using MC Edit. The wall is basically the same wall as the center, so those would be the pistons for if there was another bunch of sugarcane on this side. Those would be the pistons to harvest those. So if you built this manually, you wouldn't be putting those in. And just watch the redstone light up as it goes across here. It's going down this group here, and then it will come back and do this group. And yeah, that's basically this sugarcane farm. I actually started working on it before. Well, alright. I mean, if you watch this channel, you know I've mentioned some of the Hermitcraft players. I generally do follow a few of them. One I do follow is Tango Tech. I mean, I built his Iron Trench in one of the multiplayer worlds I played on. I actually started building a massive brewing system before he started working on his recent tectonics. I sort of like restarted from scratch, but I'm still kind of finishing up. Hopefully next time, which hopefully won't be too far from now, I'll have a massive brewing system to show you that it's relatively quick and actually not that inefficient and easy to use. So look forward to that. And with that, I'll say thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with some more Minecraft. I'll see you then.